If you want to be a better property investor, think like a farmer. Yes, a farmer. Here's why. Number 1, don't blame or shout at your crops. Will shouting at your crops make them grow any faster? Obviously not. Similarly, blaming your property isn't going to make it appreciate any faster. Ask yourself this question. Who made the initial property selection? You need to take responsibility and ownership of your choices. Did you take the effort to gather sufficient information to make an informed decision? If not, then you must accept the consequences of your lack of diligence and actually find ways to rectify and make progress. Number 2, don't wait too long to harvest crops when they are ripe. When it comes to farming, this seems pretty common sense. However, when it comes to investing, I see time and time again people not harvesting their profits and instead letting their properties rot. But we can learn a lot from farmers where they waste no time in harvesting their crops once it's ripe. Crops don't stay ripe forever. Similarly, your 99-year property will not hold its price forever. Number 3, choose the right plants for the soil. There's 2 parts to this wisdom. Firstly, the soil represents the location you plan to purchase your property. Each location in Singapore has a different growth timeline, and you need to select the one that fits your objective. Secondly, choosing the location isn't good enough because you need to ensure you're choosing the right property for the right location. For example, purchasing a residential property in the middle of an industrial estate will probably not be the right investment choice. Fourth, irrigate and fertilize. Just like everything else in the world, things tend to deteriorate when left unattended. So farmers don't just plant the seeds and forget about their crops. They constantly monitor and make changes if needed. Similarly, if you want to grow your property portfolio, you need to actively review your portfolio every 3 to 5 years. And this is something I go through with my clients. And if needed, a portfolio restructuring strategy will be executed to ensure my clients' property portfolio values continue to increase year after year after year. Number 5, remove the weeds. This is probably the most destructive thing in your property portfolio. Just like how weeds starve and kill crops, an underperforming property will be a detriment to your portfolio. You need to admit the mistakes and get rid of them. There's no point hanging on to the mistakes thinking that weeds will eventually turn into flowers. Let me tell you a secret. They don't. Number 6, you can't control the weather, but only be prepared for it. Farmers know that the weather can be unpredictable, but they don't blame the weather. Instead, they stay prepared for changes. Similarly, for property investment, no one can dictate overall market trends. And that is why I always advocate for having a properly planned safety net to finance the property even if you lose your job. During bad times, if you can hold, you can grow. So these are my 6 tips as to why a farmer will be a good property investor. Which of these are your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you like such interesting real estate content, follow me, like and share for more.